Hey, what's up guys? How you guys doing? This is Ray. Over here we have the Mbox Mini. I currently have it hooked up to my desktop, and I'm noticing on the right side, on the monitor, I'm having like a 1K-ish sound. Pretty annoying. And it only happens when Pro Tools is open. Now this is my main sound card. That's what I did. I went, installed the beta drivers because I have Windows 7. I made it as my default sound card. And I don't have that problem. When I'm listening back to the YouTube or the iTunes, no problem whatsoever. But the minute I open Pro Tools, forget about it. It's annoying sound. When I plug in the headphones, annoying. So what I end up doing, I just go to my Empower setup. I don't have that issue. So I search online, and I'm over at the Avid forums at the DUC. Here's what people claim to be the problem. The USB cable that comes with the Mbox. Now, over at the Avid site, they're talking about get a monster cable, and that should solve your issue. So you buy this for whatever price you paid for it, hook it up, and you have this horrible noise. Avid, it's a big company. They say it's not a hardware problem, that it's not their fault, that it's our computers and whatever. It's a chipset issue. Here's the thing, my computer was specifically built for Pro Tools. Some people don't have the issue, but then you do the search, you'd be surprised how many people have this issue. And it hasn't been addressed. There hasn't been no fixes for it. I guess the only fix is to get that cable. But then I read where people have bought $50, $60 cables and it does not solve the issue. Now here's another thing I did. I replaced all my cables, all my surge protectors, and I put everything to one outlet. Yes, before I had multiple surge protectors going into different outlets. So now everything's going into one outlet, and I'm still having the same issue. Over here we have a computer cable. See this little ground thing? I had a cable that didn't have that, so that's not a good thing. If you have a couple of cables that look like this, get rid of the cable, guys. This is definitely no good. Now I seen somebody where they had a computer and they weren't hooked up to a power surge. They were hooked up to like an extension cord, and there was no ground wire, so they broke this off. That's not a good thing. So you want to just check your cables, make sure your surge protector and your computer cables have this thing here, this ground. So I went, got my cables, everything's pretty much new. Hooked up to the one outlet, no problem. Same issue. Change the USB cable, same issue. I have multiple USB cables, some better than others, but same issue. Although I had one that made it a lot worse. I had like this cheap one, and the noise, wow, was just horrible. Let me show you something that I did, and it worked. It reduced the noise a lot. Here's what I did. I went behind the Mbox. I don't know if you guys can see it. See that? That's a little torque screw. Got a speaker wire, wrapped it around the wire. Went behind the computer, took one of the screws out. So basically I grounded. Created a ground, just like the turntables and the mixer. You have your ground wire. If you don't have that, you can hear like some type of feedback. And to my surprise, it worked. It didn't get rid of the noise completely, but it definitely got rid of most of it. I'm pretty happy with it now. Again, this is more for the mobile, and on the laptop, for some reason, it doesn't happen because it's running off of the battery. I'm launching Pro Tools, I'm working on the session. Again, the noise is still there, and knowing that it's still there, it's a little annoying because it's still there. It shouldn't be there at all. But it definitely worked. It was definitely one of the solutions. I mean, it's not 100%, but it cut down so much on the noise, which you want to completely get rid of it. So I don't really know what to do. Just get that monster cable. Hopefully that works. And I know that's a little ghetto patch. You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Guitar Center is pretty far from me. Got to make the trip. Got to get that cable. And just get rid of that noise. I definitely know it's a USB issue because when I grab the cable at the end like this, the noise gets a little louder. So I know definitely that's the problem. Now before I go, guys, one more thing. Make sure the cable, your USB cable, is not wrapped around any power cables or stuff like that. Make sure it's just completely on its own. I mean, right now you can't see it, but it's wired in a way where it's not crossing any cables. Now I have the control surface. I have another audio interface. I have a couple of things that before everything was just all tangled up, and I thought maybe that was the issue. It was picking up interference from the power lines. But definitely not the case, but you should definitely look into it. People were talking about it in the forums that eliminated their issue. But anyway, guys, this is Ray. I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Post in the bottom. I'll try to keep you guys posted as soon as I have the time to run up to Guitar Center. Or maybe I'll just order it online and get that monster cable and see if it eliminates that sound completely. But anyway, this is Ray. I'm out of here. Later, guys.